Indeed, some call it the mother of all deals. And right after Davos, the next weekend, I will travel to India. There's still work to do, but we are on the cusp of a historic trade agreement. Indeed, some call it the mother of all deals. One that would create a market of 2 billion people, accounting for almost a quarter of global GDP.
On January 27, 2026, the global trade landscape is set to undergo its most significant shift in decades. In the heart of New Delhi, during the 16th India-EU Summit, negotiators are preparing to finalize the India-European Union Free Trade Agreement. Indian Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal calls it the mother of all deals. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen calls it historic. This isn't just hyperbole. We are talking about an agreement that connects a combined market of 2 billion people, roughly 25% of the entire world's GDP. But why has it taken 19 years to get here? Since talks first began in 2007, the deal has been dead and buried at least 3 times. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this 2026 breakthrough to see what changed, what's inside the fine print, and why the mother of all deals is finally real. To understand why 2026 is the year of the handshake, we have to look at the pressure building outside the room. The global trade environment in early 2026 is fractured. The United States has recently introduced massive 50% tariffs on India on a wide range of goods, creating a Fortress America effect. Meanwhile, Europe is desperate to de-risk from its manufacturing dependence on China. India, on the other hand, is looking to scale its Make in India initiative, but needs a massive, stable market that isn't prone to sudden geopolitical mood swings. Essentially, Brussels and New Delhi have realized that they are each other's best insurance policy. This deal isn't just about making things cheaper. It's a strategic alliance to create a massive democratic trade bloc as a buffer against global economic volatility. Currently, Indian garments face duties of 10 to 12% in Europe. Competitors like Vietnam and Bangladesh have had zero duty access for years. This FTA levels that playing field. Experts predict a 15 to 20% surge in Indian textile exports within the first 24 months. Second, services and mobility. This is the secret sauce. India has negotiated a migration and mobility partnership. While it's not an open border policy, it creates a fast-track visa framework for Indian IT professionals, engineers, and healthcare workers. In a Europe facing an aging workforce and a massive tech talent shortage, this is a win-win. Third, the green opportunity. India is positioning itself as a hub for green hydrogen and sustainable manufacturing. The FTA provides a legal framework for European tech transfer to India, helping Indian factories meet European standards faster. Now, turn the table. What does the European Union get? For decades, the EU has eyed India's massive growing middle class, but they have been blocked by some of the highest tariffs in the world. Automobiles have been the biggest sticking point. India currently taxes European cars at 70% to 100%. The 2026 deal introduces a tariff rate quota. This means a certain number of European luxury cars, from brands like Mercedes, Audi, and BMW, can enter India at significantly lower duties. This satisfies the EU while preventing a total flood that would hurt Indian manufacturers like Tata or Mahindra. Then there's wines and spirits. After years of battle, India is finally lowering duties on Scotch whisky and European wines. Finally, the EU gets digital and investment certainty. European companies can now invest in Indian infrastructure with much higher legal protections. It hasn't been a smooth ride. Even as the summit approaches, two major red lines remain. The first is CBAM, the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. This is the EU's new carbon tax on imports like steel and cement. India has argued that this tax is a non-tariff barrier that punishes developing nations. The compromise being discussed is a decarbonization credit. Basically, the money Indian companies pay in carbon taxes might be funneled back into Indian green energy projects. The second is agriculture and dairy. This is India's ultimate red line. To protect nearly 100 million small-scale dairy farmers, India has largely kept the dairy sector out of the deal. You won't see a flood of cheap French cheese or German milk in local Indian markets anytime soon. Both sides have agreed to disagree here. As we look at the January 27th announcement, the scale is staggering. If implemented correctly, this deal could boost India's GDP by an additional 1% annually. It is expected to increase bilateral trade from the current $130 billion to over $250 billion by 2030. The mother of all deals is a signal to the world. It says that the North-South divide can be bridged through pragmatism. It proves that India is no longer just a developing market, but a global rule maker. For the consumer, it means better tech, cheaper textiles, and more professional opportunities. For the politician, it's a shield against a fragmented world. And for the global economy, it's the birth of a new 2 billion-person powerhouse. The deal is on the table. The signatures are ready. Now the real work of integration begins.